Five Nights at Freddy's Into the Pit is a narrative-driven story game that puts you into the shoes of Oswald trying to save his dad. The game is set in a town where Oswald lives and primarily takes place between Jeff's pizza place and Freddy's pizzeria. After a short intro at the start of the game, you're taken to Jeff's pizza place where you go to a ball pit and you decide to jump in. What happens here is you travel to another time zone. This time zone is the time when Freddy's pizzeria was still open. There is a contrast between these two places. Even though Jeff's pizza place is a newer place in the current timeline, it's old, dilapidated and run down. As opposed to when you go back to Freddy's pizzeria, it's very new and up to date, even though it's set in the past. The game plays out with you having to save kids from the pizza place. This involves you going around and finding certain things in order to allow you to get to where these kids are to save them, whilst also being chased by an animatronic, and as you go through each night, more animatronics get added into the fray. This means you have to be on your toes and you have to make sure that you're very careful when traveling around the place. There are added things like noise when you move, and if you move or turn very quickly, you do have the chance of falling over, which can make more noise. There are also noise making devices and things that you can use if you can collect batteries in order to power these things. It will give you the ability to switch on things like radios or a vacuum to make noise to lure the animatronic to where you need them to be. This gives you the ability to then hide somewhere or travel the alternative route so you can avoid them completely. When you're traveling around, you can hear doors opening and closing in the distance. These noise cues will actually help you to figure out where the animatronic is and where they're going to be coming from. When you hide, you have the ability to hide in several different places. Some of these places will involve you having to hold your breath when the animatronic looks in at you. And other ones will involve you having to press buttons in order to swat spiders away so that you don't get caught. Obviously, if you're running away from the animatronic and it sees you go somewhere, it will catch you, so you have to get to a different room and hide very quickly. And occasionally Oswald will find it harder to hide somewhere, or something will spook him before he does it, and you can be caught because of this. It's all about time management in how quickly you get to the hiding space and whether you think it's good enough for you to hide there if you've got enough time. If you don't, there are times when he will, for example, open a vent and take a bit longer to open up the vent and then hide inside it, and then you'll get spotted and then you'll be caught. Other than that, there are also other things around the place, like things that you can find and pick up. These are things that will allow you to, for example, repair the arcade machines in order to play them, to find little Easter eggs, as well as get tickets to get prizes. These items are scattered all over the place, so you may have to go back to your main timeline and then go around the city to like the school or to the mill in order to find certain things. Most of the time these places aren't really useful and you can't get really anything there. It's more narrative driven, and when the narrative tells you have to go there, then you go there to find the things. Overall, it is a kind of spooky game, but it's not as bad as the previous Five Nights at Freddy's games. It is, like I said, more of a narrative driven game, and there are some jump scares and things in there, but if you've played the Five Nights at Freddy's games, then this is very light-hearted and kind of very easy to get through. It's not a very long game, it's very quick to get through as well, so it won't take you a lot of time to complete it, and it is based on one of the Five Nights at Freddy's books of the same title. So if you read that book, you'll have a good idea of what you're getting into here. Overall, the gameplay is very simple, very easy. There's not much to really have to remember when it comes to key bindings, and graphically it is more of a retro design. This is actually very similar to the graphics that have been used in mini-games and other things in the past in Five Nights at Freddy's games. But if you're looking for something a little bit less spooky and creepy, then check out my video up here for Casino Island Simulator, which is the prologue. I am also on the road to 10,000 subscribers, so if you're not subscribed, hit the subscribe button please. Other than that, thank you for watching my video. I've been Liking from Green Liking Reviews, and I'll see you in the next one.